There we go. What's up? Let's see. Rise from the Ashes, Part 4. I think we're maybe halfway done.
Like, probably once we're done with this trial day, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so I think today we're looking into the evidence room. We found a lot of stuff. We found a glove and blood, and a car door was in there randomly.
So what do you think, Mr. Wright?
I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all,
The victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at the other crime scene. Lana! Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed.
Trying to get interrogated by the judge.
hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning.
We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So how'd it go? It says Mr. Wright suspects the police are clueless.
What else is new?
I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But don't tell me you. Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Lord, I can English.
Guy,
Hmm?
we discovered traces left by a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall.
That's Emma and Phoenix trying to tell her at the same time.
We are the same person.
You found Officer Marshall's traces?
Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You understand what this means, don't you?
In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall?
We had to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky?
Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright.
Just get that cowboy convicted. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is...
I'm afraid you'll have to clarify.
It takes 30 minutes by car to reach criminal affairs from the prosecutor's office. The victim, Bruce Good, was playing at both places at the same time.
What's up, Emilio? Yeet. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared.
Yes, and the body evidently reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
Wow, this is one messed up trial.
One of the duties of the prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today we'll present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself.
Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself.
And that's supposed to be an admirable trait?
Very well. Let the trial resume. on the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand.
For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department.
The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer?
Oh boy. Getting wild from the get-go.
God, I love this dumb character so much.
Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I am Mike Deacon, sir. The murderer, sir.
Yeah. Well,
So you're telling us you're a professional killer?
It was me, sir. I'm the one who did it.
what?
I'm the killer. Sir. Oh no.
Ow!
You killed me, sir.
Actually, what we'd like...
Sir, I'm what you would call a part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions are don't possibly comprehend.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth. Sir, help me, sir.
Officer Meakin. Yes, sir? Give us your report of the crime. Consider that in order.
Order?
Yes, sir. As you wish. After all, great that must be told what to do, sir.
You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm.
My report, sir.
I like how that's the name of his testimony.
Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I saw a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was only then I did it. Then I passed out. Another officer smacked me awake. He bitch slapped me, sir.
Hey, yo!
So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you?
Do to others before they do unto you. That's the Meakin family motto, sir.
It's called the golden rule.
Yeah. I see. Then you fainted, and a colleague helped you regain consciousness by bitch-slapping you, as you so said.
Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
What I need here is more info to work with.
That's on everything.
Everything.
Hold it! Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not?
Yes, sir. That's behind it, sir.
Thanks. Now there's a scary thought.
This throw was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. Project Riding the Blue Badger, sir.
The Blue Badger?
Sir, the look that's created by the head,
Your
sir.
mic is cutting out so much when you're voicing him.
No cutting out.
Oh, gee.
Getting like every fourth word, it's
dude.
hilarious.
It's every time I do the Meakin's voice. Why? Yes, sir. The local police mascot. Look at him. So cute. I was to ensure what's broken during the transport process. My day,
I
sir.
didn't hear any of that.
Oh my god.
And maybe try not to do the Meekins voice.
Like, going Scoob? That was my sole mission for the day, sir.
There you go.
There you go.
I guess I'd make him Shaggy then.
Yep, he's just gonna be Shaggy.
Like not. I guess the Mickey voice for him wouldn't work.
No. I see. Sounds like a very, important mission.
The work when we finished that day, there was so many people running around. I relocated Blue Bachelor to the evidence room.
Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room.
I also went to get a Scoopy snack, sir. Tell us, what did you see when you got there?
Press.
Hold it. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card. Am I correct?
Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck.
We can see that.
So then, your ID number should be listed in here, right?
Oh, I hate that sound.
I love it.
Like, Scoop, there it is. I did one right here.
Could you please read us the number and don't ask me to remember it?
Yes, sir. It's 498-9596. That's my number, sir.
I see. Huh? But the number 4989596 is shown as being used twice.
Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, Scoop.
Did you say
Sir,
mystery?
the first time is when I relocated Blue back to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down.
I see. So it was during that second time when...
Sir, this is when I spotted the man on the security screen.
That's right. ID card, and I put it in my pocket.
Yep. Oh, I think
Hold
this
it.
is a funny little conversation.
So, you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you?
A knife! No! Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you? What happened then?
So, well, with him charging on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was.
You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into.
I reacted, sir. Well, my arms like an octopus. I didn't take him.
I just picture Luigi's dash attack, just the flailing arms.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, come here, Scoop. I got this gas in my hand.
I punched the knife.
I punched the knife.
Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be.
When I saw the blood bringing down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar.
Hold it! What exactly do you mean when you say you did it?
I know it doesn't look like a time I'm to come with him, sir. The man that is got up for just an instant. Snatches up, from him.
You took his knife?
Put around and performed a disarming maneuver. I should have closed my eyes like a man.
There we go.
See. You must have been desperate.
The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood. And then the next thing I knew,
Yes?
he put me in right, sir.
That's why it looks like that.
Hold it! About what time did you regain consciousness?
Sir, about half have to know that. Just,
Oh, right. Phoenix Wright.
really, right? Anyway,
Yep, that's right.
according to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. I did.
I didn't hear any of that.
What happened to your shaggy voice?
He got hit so
I'm
hard, he
good.
can't remember which voice he normally has.
My tears of pain.
That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is.
When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir.
I killed that guy.
Your mission?
Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. Like going ever turning the entrance more things going in.
Well, we can all rest easy now.
I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened.
Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man the officer murdered really the victim?
Got a point.
Yes, Officer Meekins?
Like, with regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my cell. She can't deliver it to me just this morning, sir.
Is it a kung fu movie?
No.
The chief.
Delivered it?
What is that? Videotape?
Like, zoinks! Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room. Like, zoinks! Objection! What? Well, I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased.
That's quite a mistake.
I just do what I'm told, sir. Like, it's the only thing I'm really good at. Besides eating Scooby snacks.
Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever.
Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim.
No, please stop using that word murder, sir. Like, it scares me. It gives me the heebie-jeebies, sir.
Didn't he announce himself as a murderer when we asked his, occupation?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into?
Oh yeah.
Hammer, quit panning.
KO! KO! KO!
We would have more information if the camera didn't pan every 5 seconds.
Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us?
What the hell was that wiggly piece of plywood? Like, zoinks, sir. That's a pretty choice of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. Like, it's the Blue Badger, sir.
Why, not surprised this isn't going smoothly. Security's videotape added in my
Just
pocket.
gonna take that from the judge or wherever it was. Take it out of the VCR, I guess. Yes, well, anyway, this tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone in the evidence room, and some sort of activity.
Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir. As you wish, sir. Can I have some Scooby snacks? No. Oh, so cool.
Mystery man.
Can't be clearly seen in the video. But there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. He opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker he opened is Detective Goodman's fingerprint, sir. Look, so someone else could have unlocked it.
What's this about a fingerprint?
Each detective has been given a locker, equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to.
Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have had to have been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
I don't know where this cross-examination will lead. But everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start.
Contradictions. What are you gonna just press him on everything?
Mm-hmm.
Hold it! Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife?
Sir, you want to seen or not seen the man's face? Yeah, we're classified as the latter.
The latter? But you were standing right in front of him, weren't you not?
More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you? Even though it looked more like a stomping than a fight.
Oh, yes, sir. Look, I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them. You see?
He's just looking at the ceiling right now.
Very true. He's looking at the ceiling.
That's a nice feeling, sir. Like, don't.
Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer.
So I'm sure with him, I bet my back on it.
Hold it! But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face.
Well, I suppose you might say that. You must label people as having seen or not seen it.
Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it.
Why would look at me like that? Like so we getting close. And I label your stairs as the or Meekins. I've been shown a questionable video at best. We are not at best a move. Now please be more certain when you testify.
And stop strangling yourself while you're at it.
Sir, you claim the man is you get that. Look at that.
Are you okay,
You
prosecutor?
My apologies. I got
Yeah,
tongue
A
tied.
Scooby snack stuck in his throat.
That's in his throat.
My apologies. I had a frog in my throat. You claim the man who brandished a knife on you was the Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you are positive it was him. I mean, okay. I already read all that.
What? Yeah.
We gotta press.
Hold it! About these lockers, is there no other way to open them?
Sure. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past, like going and trying to use their car.
Now, what was the thing Gumshoe said? If somebody tries to open one that's not theirs, don't they get shocked or something?
Yeah.
They get shocked. They get brutally electrocuted like Marv in Home Alone.
That's right. So he's gone through all kinds of electrocutions and survived.
Like the only responder registered sir.
Wonder what kind of methods he's tried.
Like the crowbar, I used Scoob, I used Freddy.
If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to.
Like exactly my point, sir. And this too. The locker. I
Hold it! How do you know that information?
I heard rumors, sir, from people in the know, sir.
People in the know?
Like the workers in the public cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, like
Oh boy.
sir.
Oh boy.
For the record, the open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information for a more reliable source.
So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint.
Hold it! However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face.
Sir? If I may say something, sir?
Please do. After all, you are the one being examined.
I don't understand, like, why the man's face is so important in this case, sir.
So we can catch the victim?
I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. Like, my unsettled state can just wind up to this, sir.
Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie.
That is... unless the defense can find a problem with it.
Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again.
Is there a problem with the security video?
Nah,
Yes.
it's fine.
No, there's a problem.
Regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange.
Strange.
This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not be Detective Goodman.
What? This video contains such a contradiction?
Objection! Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal.
I'm not interested, Mr. Edgeworth.
No, not that kind
Oh,
of proposal.
never mind. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, I've been waiting for this.
I propose we have the defense
Aw.
point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video.
Gladly.
He would want me to point it out.
What, you thought I was proposing to marry him or something?
Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect
thought he
this
was
piece of
talking to the
evidence. I will now play the security tape. Where's that
Okay.
damn play button? Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of. Oh, that's rewind.
I had to point out a problem in the video? This is the first time I've ever had to do that.
You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing.
Like, please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video, sir.
I love watching it.
How did this guy ever become a police officer?
He can't look at people, but he's seen a lot of, like, what do you say? Like, fight kung fu movies? Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where is the contradiction that indicates the man may not have been Detective Goodman?
Oh my
Let's
god,
just pause
now
right
my
there.
ears are gonna bleed.
I like how you pause it, but the music doesn't stop. You can't stop it.
Please forgive me. Please forgive me, Your Honor. While
Wait,
I'm
wait,
screaming-
wait. 32, I think. So you need to go back 2. You need to go back 2 seconds.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Hold on. I'm pretending to be the judge. Here?
Please forgive me that my ears are bleeding right now.
The light above Goodman's locker. Present that.
Take that! The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this! Officer Meekins,
Like, yes, sir? Do you mean me, sir?
There's only one Meekins!
as I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this.
Oh, hey. Oh.
When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If the print matches the registered data, the light turns on and the lock is released.
This is a flashback, detective. In my very limited experience, like, that's the way I understand it, sir.
If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture.
Oh, great.
hey,
It's
it's me
got awful
again.
music again.
It's me, the Blue Badger.
Opening this locker that's already
Covering your
open.
face perfectly with the flag.
When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind to a little earlier.
Can we please stop watching this? My eyes and ears are bleeding, right?
The judge is just just humming the thing.
Deal with it. Here, notice the light?
What's this? It's already lit.
Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle.
Order! Order! Stop choking yourself, defendant. What's the meaning of this?
It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime.
Objection! But the locker locks are controlled by electronic systems. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered,
Unless it wasn't shut all the way.
and the locker is automatically locked.
Oh, I know. It must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this.
That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction.
Oh well. It just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut.
Hey, yo.
So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation?
Me, Your Honor?
Yes, why wasn't the locker locked?
Me, Your Honor?
Yes, it's kind of your job.
Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator?
Oh, maybe something like jammed the electronic system?
Something jammed the sensor. Hey. There's something else that seems out of place in this video.
Let's watch it again.
Yeah, I thought so too.
If you'll excuse me, I'll be slamming my head on this desk in agonizing pain.
Too bad. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage.
Very well. Let's inspect the video once more. I just love the little theme song.
Your Honor, excuse me while I slam my head on this desk multiple times in
The
agonizing
locker
pain.
wasn't locked, Mr. Wright. Please point out the cause.
Let's
for
watch it
this.
again.
And all you hear is,
Do, do, do. Wait, is that a... On top here? Okay, it's not a skull. It looked like a skull when you don't see the top.
Oh.
I was like, wait.
Oh, it's gonna be in the
Okay,
locker room.
Go up. Go back.
Yep, I know. But look, it looks like a skull right there.
"Skull, I can totally tell that's not a skull."
That?
Yeah. Go up.
Yeah.
Take that! Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier.
Can we please mute the
Let's
audio?
watch it
Oh,
again.
Let's watch it again.
oh, thank God, my ears are praising.
I pressed mute. Hold on, let me fix that.
No, please don't, Your Honor.
What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. Let's turn on the music so we can see it better.
No. Like, what, sir? It's been my experience that baseball out doors are open. I often fall out roll great distances when I call doors.
Objection! We can't be sure that item was in the locker to begin with.
What do you mean?
The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door?
Inserted?
Let's watch it again.
Ah, it's muted. My ears are showing clarity.
Bailiff, turn up the volume.
No! Your Honor, please, have the
Yes, Your
mercy
Honor.
on me.
This white thing wasn't inside the locker.
It fell.
It was stuck between the door and the sensor.
Oh, I understand, sir. It's just like my tie. Too pretty tired to get stuck in the door. Like, get out of my vehicle, sir.
Oh my god, cue to his face when he's strangling.
Instead of the door closing, my tie took me.
But the object would have had to be extremely thin to fit in the door.
Not only that, it would have to block electrical current. It would need to be an insulator.
Like rubber.
Yes, an insulator. But at the crime scene...
There just might have been something that fits the description.
The rubber glove.
Sir, like insulator, you don't need.
Think I finally got this figured out.
The glove.
Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was the insulator that was stuck in the locker door? Let me finish my sentence before you solve the puzzle.
Sorry. It's the only thing that makes sense,
It was
though.
clearly the jar.
No.
No.
If Pokemon has taught me anything, rubber gloves.
It's rubber.
Let's take a look just to be sure. No, I pressed the wrong button. Present.
Take that!
Smack him with the glove.
I found this near the locker. A thin
Mr.
rubber
Wright, are you-
glove.
Mr. Wright, are you challenging me to a
He
duel?
just pulls off a glove out of nowhere. But we can't be sure that that was in the victim's locker.
It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker.
Mr. Wright, are you admitting that it was you?
No, Your Honor.
Yo.
Is it not so, Officer Meekins?
I just realized he has his handcuffs trapped to something that's strangling him. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Order! 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 So are we to believe then that the victim whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman?
Objection! Do not be misled, Your Honor.
Too late for that. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this.
What?
Officer Meekin, please testify about this. Like, sir? Me, sir? Who else? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Like, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir.
Is this a joke?
Like Zoe Snow Scoop, it's not.
Very well. Begin your testimony. Mystery Man 2.
The sequel. Like, there's one more thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, like, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
An ID card record. I see.
I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. The ID used at 514 is that of the victim.
Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room?
This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases.
Very convenient.
Special cases?
Fourth wall breaking.
Ahem. Extremely violent cases involving police staff.
Oh. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end.
It would give
Scientifically
anyone
speaking.
it would give anyone goosebumps.
Me too. Although it doesn't make much of a difference.
Oh, because his hair's already spiky. That's funny.
That.
There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon.
Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination. It's probably the last one for this guy, seeing as how the music got a little bit quicker. But we'll see. Press everything.
No, there's one statement that stuck out from all the others.
Which one do you want to press?
Alright, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. That one. Cause...
Hold it! Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you.
Can I see your ID card? Knife! What's up, nonsense? How you doing, bro?
No, wait, can I say something?
Yeah.
Because didn't we get an object and it stated that Goodman had lost his ID to begin with?
We sure did.
Yeah. Or we also have said card in our possession.
Maybe we need to present that.
ID card 5, and then he crossed it out.
Yeah, so let him finish his statement and then we'll present that. At that statement.
Boy, excuse me, sir, may I see your ID card? No.
Nice.
Yes, sir. You didn't show me your ID card, sir.
Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he has his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you.
What?
There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife.
Like you, he also didn't show me his insurance either. Maybe he just panicked.
Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out.
Okay, so we're gonna go. Mr. Wright, what do you think?
I'm confused.
Phoenix hit himself in his confusion.
What?
The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this.
You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we've got. Alright, so it's.
Like, I can think of two possibilities: the lost item report or the card itself.
I think it's the lost item report. Try that.
On this one?
I think
on that
the
one.
card, I think the card itself.
Well, Lexi said this one first. I think it's probably either one, though.
Objection!
Probably either one, actually.
Wait one moment, Officer Meekins.
I'm not good at waiting, sir. I'm hungry.
Right now, feed me.
I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene.
That makes sense.
When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department.
Oh.
I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present.
Yep, so it's both.
It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card.
Lost item report. It's only half completed.
But it shows that Detective Goodman has lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report.
Let me guess. You believe this something had to be his ID card, right? Right.
I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card.
Order! Order! So now, what does this all mean?
It can only mean one thing. It doesn't require much thought.
But I can't figure it out, just tell me.
The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card.
Order! 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 Does the prosecution have a response? What's up, Colin? If we do, we'll ask. Thank you. Hope you're doing well.
Colin.
Yeah, we're good.
I have only one thing to say to the defense.
Huh?
Bravo, Mr. Wright.
Bravo.
Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the lock in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright?
Yes. What's he up to?
That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder.
That is, well, I guess that's right. Phoenix, right?
It's something wrong, Mr. Wright.
You're going to Canada in March? That's awesome. I want to go there.
Only moments ago, you seem content to be pointing your finger around.
This isn't good.
Well, it seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove.
Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not understanding any of this.
The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means the murder did not take place at the police department on at 5:15 on the day of the crime.
So,
So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The murderer being Miss Lana Sky, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness. Observe the more the defendant used the murder weapon.
doesn't that just take it back to the body was in his car, so he should be implicated as well?
Yeah.
Ah!
Maybe, Colin. I have a lot of friends there I'd like to visit.
I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning.
You activated my trap card.
You activated my trap.
He activated his trap card.
You activated my trap card, right?
The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman.
Yes, so, Your Honor. Also, goodbye to your case, Mr. Wright, and now your life points are wide open.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something or else Lana...
But it's Season 1, you can't attack the life points directly.
What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess?
Object it!
Let's just wait and see what happens. Like,
No!
Objection! One moment, Your Honor.
oh, Colin, that's cool.
What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you just proven.
Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. That's right. I know about your trap card.
What are you talking about? You already triggered it.
But then he used Royal Decree, paying half of his life points to negate the effect.
This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only.
Okay.
The security video did not show the actual murder.
It proves that Meekins can't fight for shit. He got destroyed.
And his fight money has been taken away.
Yup. KO.
However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter.
Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
if this court were to examine this further, other witnesses would be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident.
I do.
This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand.
Chuck Norris? How did
No!
you get into this game?
Oh my god. Mr. Wright, do you mean...
Yup, Chuck Norris himself.
Yup.
Oh, God.
Your Honor, The defense would like to request a specific witness.
Oh? Whom do you have in mind?
Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room.
The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply.
If it's Chuck Norris, I'm gonna say no. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify. What is his or her name? Oh, we gotta do some funny ones.
No, Lord.
I wonder if there's any
No.
funny dialogue or if they're all just like, no, you're wrong. We're gonna find out. I mean...
Take that!
No.
Mr. Wright, I'm not even gonna bother asking you why. Poor him. I've never seen a more obvious stall tactic in my entire career. He's not important at all. Colin, we know, we're just testing to see if there's any funny dialogue.
Don't you remember what you said this morning? You know about your Trump
Oh,
card.
but he's not in the profiles record.
Oh, that's right. Those bloody fingerprints we found in the evidence room.
Yes, he's right there.
Penalty.
Now's my chance to bring him in to testify.
I like how they give you a hint. They're like, okay, it's a him, try again. I think it's the same stuff, yeah. I'll try one more just to see. I want to see if she freaks out.
Take that!
Nope.
No? Alright, fine.
Yeah, I think he's all the same.
Nah.
Take that! Officer Jake Marshall.
That's not Chuck Norris. Denied.
He was hoping to get an autograph.
Why him?
I can't let him know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say.
The prosecution agrees with the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare.
Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time?
We will, Your Honor.
Court in recess.
Yay, going on the swing set.
Yay, kickball. Yeah, Colin, they gave it away with the Texas Ranger thing.
Yeah. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright?
Huh? What do you mean?
You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out.
I haven't figured anything out.
Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals.
Oh my god!
They call him to the stand.
Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Bye!
Oh, bye. Oh, Detective Gumshoe, what is it?
I'm not gonna tell you now. You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it all off, you called me here... Wait, yeah, and to top it all off, you called me here, and I didn't even read the rest.
I've seen people happy at funerals.
Sorry, detective.
Making me do my job. What the heck? You better be, pal. Hey,
the line is,
hey! I didn't see you there, Miss Sky.
the line is, I've seen happier people at funerals.
Gotcha.
That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked?
Oh, oh. You mean this, right?
Stack of papers. My apologies, detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request.
My name?
Yeah, you know, it's Phoenix Wright, pal. It's okay, I forget my name all the time. Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy.
The SL9 incident?
But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them.
I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case.
Sky was a witness?
Dun dun dun. These stack of
See,
papers go right into the pocket.
Good lord!
Take it from me. You don't want anything to do with serial murders.
Just imagine Phoenix struggles with stuff in his pocket.
Oh, what? Now I've brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me?
Emma, but why?
No, my name's Dick Gumshoe, pal.
Why is your name in here?
Uh-oh. What? My name's in there. I don't know, unless...
I'm the serial killer?
No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident, is that... That's the classification number that the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark Killings.
The joke dark killing.
The Joe Dark... No! No, Lana! That's over with! No!
Emma, wait! She ran away. Got away safely.
You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here.
Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Coincidence? I think not.
It's always just a coincidence in this game. Nothing is ever linked to anything else.
Yeah. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck.
Better take a good look at this file.
To be continued.
Continue?
What, do people end this off on our cliffhanger? Think again.
So I'm gonna take a 5-minute recess as well. The judge needs to go wee-wee. So we'll be right back.
Alright, recess.
Why can't you be red?
Uh-oh.
What?
What?
Are you still hunting for that squovit?
Yes.
Oh yeah, while we're doing this, Lexi is shiny. Oh.
You deafened?
No. Cross, you good?
Cross, what happened? Hello?
EDC.
Oh, I just came back just in case I don't sound like a robot again.
Oh no, Wright's becoming a robot. He's planning on taking over the world. But anyway, no, Lexi's doing some shiny hunting in the background. She's trying to get a shiny Squovit.
Okay.
Wait, come here.
She's hunting. She's hunting squirrels.
Squirrels like
Squirrel.
Sandy?
Oh my god. No.
Retardation.
Mm.
You know, it does make me wonder how Phoenix is carrying all this stuff. Like, I mean, the thing is, like, how would you stuff a whole stack of files in your pocket? There had to be some struggle.
For real.
Like, all you hear is, "Let me just get this in my pocket." I shouldn't have stuffed that locker down my pants.
Yeah. Oh, yikes.
Yeah, I know, right? He decides to carry a parrot in his pocket.
I like how my mom told me it was gonna rain, yet it hasn't rained a drop today.
The rain lied.
The rain lied! I seriously don't know how people did this back in the day.
Yeah, it's not that easy compared to Scarlet and Violet.
No.
You have to do it the hard way.
Do you realize how many times I have to encounter this thing just to get up to 6 times the shiny odds?
Mm.
A lot.
Over 500 times.
500 squirrels.
So I have to defeat 500 squirrels just to have 6 times the chance of having a shiny. With shiny charm, that is.
Imagine what it's like without it.
Well, actually, can't imagine you were conquer those squirrels.
What, like, what? Conquers bad fur day?
Oh my god. I'm also gonna try to see if I can find this clip. Cross, you missed it. Sable thought Blitz's favorite starter was a Charmander.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now Blitz is gonna block him for that. Like, how dare you? Look at my profile. Does it look like Charmander to you? Does
Okay, that
Charmander
was funny.
Does Charmander look blue and has a shell? No, I don't, since I'm still after Arceus. For you to check on.
Alrighty, I had to get a drink ready as well.
Welcome back.
You
Thank
stupid squirrel!
What? Are you killing a squirrel?
Look, no, like he's trying to get a shiny Squovit in Shield.
Oh.
By wild encounter.
I thought she was yelling at like a squirrel outside her window or something.
No.
That's all I heard was stupid squirrel!
You're stupid.
No, but he conquered those squirrels though. That's all.
No.
Conquer. Nice.
Yep.
Like,
Very nice.
like, Like, hey, I'm not a squibbit. Here, take your stupid ball back, but you give me money instead. The money with the eyeballs.
No, it's just you have to encounter at least 500 of a certain Pokemon to even have it 6 times.
Right.
6 times
What? Just get one in
Oh.
Scarlet and Violet.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I want to do it today.
What?
Oh, yeah, can you tell me where this Poe monster might be? He likes sweet corn, and, I have to go, take care of it and flush it down a toilet.
Oh God. But wait, why don't you just get it in Scarlet and Violet?
As I want to do it this way.
That's
She
fine.
wants to do it
She
the
wants
hard
to
way.
suffer. I get it.
I want to suffer. Leave
I
me
respect it.
alone. Let's continue.
Anyway. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
Emma didn't come back.
Oh, Phoenix is cooked. He doesn't have his teenager assistant.
Let's call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime.
Oh.
Witness, please stop getting drunk and state your name and occupation.
1 second. Hold on. Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization.
Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed.
Oh, I know. You're a patrolman. How does he do that? As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out.
Need to be as that is State Marshal, Your Honor.
Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before.
Okay, Phoenix, good one.
Now, Mr. Marshal, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct?
According to the papers, partner. Just gotta give myself a shave. What do you mean? A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In English! He's been speaking English.
Probably not in a whole Western accent and with all Western sayings.
Well, you ain't gonna get that, partner.
Like the Wild West.
My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds. I cut myself! Shit. Alright, They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway, and my rope trap, which has caught Gumshoe like 7 times. What an idiot. If I remember right, I was at the street side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man. Sorry, I've been drinking, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail.
Not out of ammo just yet.
I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining.
There.
Damn! Pow, 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 pow.
Wait a minute.
How dare you? You're guilty. Bailiff, get him out of here.
That hurt my feelies.
Nobody insults the beard.
What do you mean by 2 security systems?
Which one is sus? They're all sus. I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those.
Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks inside the evidence room?
Fingerprint-activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those?
He's not being very helpful.
He's not that good with machines or with following orders.
Or with not drinking in court. Everyone's got their weaknesses, now don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright. He's all yours.
That stood out besides all the rest. Didn't we get his fingerprints when we were examining the examine room?
The examine room?
That
The exam.
the examine room.
These?
The evidence room. Good lord. Like in English. Yes, that.
Prepare for your examination.
But it has to be on a
in
certain
the
statement.
exam
So,
room.
the statement I wanted to be on.
So let's look through them.
Yeah, they said I was supposed to make crowns 3 times a day. No, keep going. Use security systems. No, keep going. That one. Present the fingerprints on that one.
Objection! Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this.
I will be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll
fourth one.
take o- oh wait, Emma's not here, so we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime.
And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner, while I drink this here whiskey.
It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind that at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint.
Huh. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there.
Objection! I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood.
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your bloodstained fingerprints were at the crime scene?
The blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall?
It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders.
Good explanation then, Officer Marshall.
About the bloodstained
blood-
fingerprints? Oh,
That's my. Excuse me, that is my line.
I've been drinking. Sorry, go ahead.
About the blood-stained fingerprint.
Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints found at the scene of the crime. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the... Wait. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See? I had nothing to do with it. The witness's explanation appears valid. Although, there's room for doubt. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. Really feeling it.
God.
I have a chance to prove it.
Mr. Wright, you are not shook. I don't see you carrying the Monado.
I'm back, by the way,
Welcome back.
for a little bit.
He carries some Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh, Lord. Alright, keep going. Nope. Keep going.
Keep going. Keep going. You're good. You're good.
Keep going. Keep going. That one. Press.
Hold it. How do you know that?
I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports.
There was a blood stain at the scene, possibly left by the murderer.
That's right. Phoenix Wright. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker.
However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint.
Oh yeah, I think we tried that too.
So that would mean the murderer, wearing gloves, happened to place his hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint? That's the only logical conclusion.
Can't let him squirm out of this one.
There's
Too bad,
another
Mr. Wright. Watch me squirm.
Nope. There's one more statement I need you to press on.
Gotta find something. Something decisive to tie Officer Marshall to this crime.
You know what I'm telling, partner, is lassos.
Keep going.
Got to get me some of that herd.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. What?
That's it.
Well then,
Well, let me look. Hold on.
maybe we need to show the evidence?
Let Blitz cook. Let him cook.
I think we're supposed to press the first one, too.
The first one?
Hold it! That's because you... How did you put it? Pay your respects once a month?
Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. It's my locker. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams.
See.
It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker.
Apparently his fingerprint data was never changed. Must have been using the fingerprint lock without even knowing it. Okay. Got
Are
it
you
updated.
starting to get the picture, partner?
The picture? The one that was updated?
This seal of blood in the desert, it's just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this.
Security tape.
No, I refuse. Not that god-awful agonizing music again.
Now let's watch this here
No,
videotape like 20 more times.
My ears are gonna bleed.
We're gonna have to.
So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination.
I
Yes,
know
Your
where
Honor.
I'm going with this examination.
Well then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall. Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner? Why the
That
hell
one.
would he say that?
That one.
Hold it. What do you mean by that?
You want to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have.
Objection! But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots.
It is.
Blind spots.
Places you can't see.
Oh, so that's all of them for me. Dun 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 dun.
The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown.
Yep.
If someone was familiar with the camera's position, he could leave the room without being caught on tape.
We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright.
Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now.
Show the evidence.
Colin, do you know
Very
already?
well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall.
Did you say steak?
Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake.
Now then, let's have another look at the video with the volume at 2000%.
No!
Show us
That's
the
right,
incriminating
everyone, we're watching
evidence.
it again.
No!
Yay! I'm gonna save real quick because we have penalty points.
Your Honor, may I have permission to slam my head on my desk multiple times?
No.
Do 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 do. He's just doing a little dance to it. He can't hear you.
Well, I'm doing, excuse me while I do it anyway.
Boom 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 boom.
That's the sound of Ezra's head slamming onto the desk over and over while listening to this god-awful music.
Alright, without the walkthrough, where are we looking, Lexi?
Okay, it should come up at any second now, if I remember correctly.
Ah.
There! Pause.
Yeah,
That white thing. That thing. Present that.
That thing!
Take that.
That thing.
Take that thing!
wow.
Bringing out attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you will soon not forget, Officer Marshall.
Hmm? The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less?
Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video.
He did it. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner.
The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video.
Got him. See this locker that has a white cloth sticking out? This is the witness's locker, and this should totally be Phoenix's line.
I think that's supposed to be Phoenix's line, not
Absolutely.
the judge. I think that's an error.
There's a bunch of those we've already encountered.
Mm-hmm. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit.
With the music on.
No!
I want to hear the music when it gets reversed, like Lavender Town. Sounds really creepy.
God.
I'm gonna see if somebody's done that. Oh, the white cloth. It's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall?
When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there.
He got caught with your glasses? Got him.
And it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away.
Nice poncho. Order! Order! It would seem only... Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was opened? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a
I don't know
wanted
if I'll be
man?
back.
Alright, no worries.
Alright.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know? I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker.
Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say open that locker, now prove it. Well, I mean... Whoop.
Off the lock itself.
In case you didn't know...
Take that!
Fingerprint sensor.
Mm-hmm. We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to.
What kind of crazy talk is this?
Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this.
In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There's even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. What idiots, right, pal?
So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less?
Ooh. Let me eat my jerky real quick. I only got one word for you, partner. No! Order! 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 That was way more than 8 words. Witness, explain yourself. If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard.
I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime.
Olay! Please answer the
Olay.
question.
Is he now a bullfighter?
Ole, Toro.
That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here.
We can?
Have a look at these floor plans.
Have a look at these floor plans.
There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall.
If that's so, then where was the witness?
It seems Mr. Wright has an answer.
That's right. Phoenix Wright. The only possible conclusion.
Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? He was definitely in a locker somewhere.
Nope.
Nope, he would be... Which one would he be considered, I guess?
He's the victim.
Right, he'd be considered the victim.
Take that! Officer Marshall was standing right here.
There? But that's where the victim, Detective Gumshoe, was.
I think you mean Goodman,
Goodman.
Your Honor.
Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman.
Did I say Gumshoe?
Yes.
He's my favorite. I can't help seeing his name everywhere.
I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman.
But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'll know for sure.
Objection! May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman? He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted.
Like, when I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir.
Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond?
Like zoink. He's really pulling a knife on me, sir.
Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed to enter the evidence room, so he must have been... He would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it.
The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card.
Oh, I get it.
If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall?
You've got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence.
Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it.
You're gonna need to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining.
You dare insult the beard yet again.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence? Any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
Yeah, send this man the consent accord. He insulted the beard.
Twice!
Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that.
I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. Glug glug.
This can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do?
It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics.
The basics? For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me.
Nick, try thinking outside the box.
Shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise.
Why do you think this locker was open in the first place?
What do you mean?
There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might have been discovered later as it has been.
Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker.
According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside.
So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions.
Oh god!
Oh,
damn
yippee!
it,
We get to watch it again!
I don't have any evidence, so this video's my only shot. Guess we're gonna watch it again.
No!
Very well, let's take yet another look at the security tape. Volume,
At least-
maximum power.
No! Your Honor, please give me permission to bang my head on the table once more.
After committing the crime, The witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker.
Excuse me while I smack my head on the desk once more.
Is it Corjon Bet? How's it going? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Best Edgeworth line? It was very good.
I'll say it once and I'll say it again. What the hell is this wiggling piece of plywood? Hold it.
What?
Rewind.
Sec. Where do you want it to stop?
Right there. Oh, too late.
When he attacks him, like that?
Right there. No.
Oh.
Take that. Well, what do you have to say to that?
What you done?
I clicked the wrong thing. Whoops! It was the Blue Badger's forehead. All right, partner. You really want to know the reason I had to open my locker?
Why?
So I could stuff you in there.
Huh?
I'm sure the world would be a better place with you sent off to the boneyard. Damn.
Oh God. Unfortunately, unsolved cases can't be stored in the evidence room.
Now I'm an unsolved case? Something went wrong in that evidence room. That's why Marshall had to open his locker. The accident itself is the reason. I better have another crack at this.
According to the defense's argument... Alright, we said this already, yeah.
Yeah.
For the numerous number of times, let's watch it again!
Yep, I just wanted to watch it again.
No! I'm gonna get a headache after this trial.
So you want it during the struggle, and then we have to press that, I guess? Or, like, show that?
Okay, hold on. Breathe. There. See the coat?
Uh-huh. Take
Take
that.
that! For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room. I don't know what the reason was yet.
Oh, the three of us that are in here right now have beaten these games multiple times. I just clicked the wrong thing there. But if we need hints, which we might, I will definitely ask. Because I don't remember everything.
We did got some funny dialogue out of it though, so it works.
We sure did.
I'm
Yet.
gonna stuff you in that locker. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but you are an unsolved case.
However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you.
Excuse me, sir.
When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him.
Like, can I see your ID, sir? Knife.
However,
It's right here, knife.
Officer Meekins panicked. And the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood.
A bloody white coat.
Soiled it. Soiled it.
Soiled it.
Soiled.
Well, then, you couldn't just walk out like that. So you hid the coat in your locker.
Not bad, huh, partner? Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago. If you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here, now would we?
Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it.
All right. It seems the time has come. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. So the supposed victim was really you?
But there's one thing I still don't understand. Large quantities of blood traces were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be?
Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor.
It looked like too much blood for that.
Logically speaking, a cut on your hand doesn't spray that much blood.
Right. I think we
And
pressed
to do the
everything.
usual.
Yep.
Yeah, press everything.
Hold it. When you say it, you mean...
Do you even have to ask, partner?
the SL9, isn't it?
2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day.
Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over.
But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room?
When a case is closed, only the detective who was in charge of it can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time, no matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine.
But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it?
That day was my last chance. That's why
I knocked out Goodman and I took his ID.
That's why I knifed that kid.
Hold it! Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman?
If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere.
So you did pull the security camera?
Maybe. Let's watch it one more time just to see.
No.
And the detective's ID card. I stole that in the morning of the... Oh, sorry, I was drinking. I stole that the morning of the incident.
So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report.
I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot.
The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall.
So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight.
What do you mean, partner?
I mean the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprint. Normally, that locker shouldn't have opened.
So it opened because a rubber glove was stuck in the door by chance? Then Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. Hold it! You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off?
Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is a one-in-a-million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID.
I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year.
Oh no, Meekins.
When did Edgeworth get so much influence?
Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. With me knocking him out and everything.
By the way, what happened to your knife?
Oh, you mean this
there it
one?
is.
The one I'm shaving with right now, partner?
I don't know what to say.
So, what happened next?
Hold it. So you did your research beforehand.
Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left.
However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle, Officer Meekins.
If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up.
Don't be screaming their head off.
I opened my locker and stashed it in there.
What was Officer Meekins doing during that time?
What else? He was sleeping like a baby. So what you're saying is, on that day...
Hold it. But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place.
What are you, blind? The victim shown in that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner.
So you stole the evidence from the locker?
Actually, no, I didn't.
Why not?
When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence?
It's still missing, Your Honor.
Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing?
Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer.
Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID? Injuring a police officer? This is no small offense.
Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. They can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary.
Which is all he was gonna do anyway.
Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution.
Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. Do we have to even press this? Let me look.
Why not?
Hold it. But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room.
Joe Dark was convicted for those crimes. One thing I can say for sure, he deserved his sentence.
I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it? They killed Count Dracula? Killed Count Chocula, isn't it? And Captain Crunch and the Twix Rabbit. Trix Rabbit? I'm saying Twix.
Wrong cereal, Your Honor.
I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him what I think his real reason is.
I remember now.
Do we know
I
that
had
at
a
this
feeling
point?
we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I better take another look at the files.
Oh, we didn't look at
We
the
have-
files yet, yeah.
Yeah. What was the head of that statement? Present.
Oh, it's that one, okay.
You skip.
Yeah, I know, it's this one. And it says who he murdered, right? Yeah.
Neil
Who was
Marshall.
involved. Neil Marshall. That's the same last name as this guy.
Objection! Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident.
Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner.
I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man?
Neil Marshall?
Does Edgeworth not put this together before? Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago, he received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor?
You must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award.
Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did.
That's right. He was killed, and the case fell into your hands. But what's his relation to you? He was my brother. He was investigating the murders of Damon Gant, chief detective at the time. Sure. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least, according to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight.
And that's it? That's your reason for your insane action?
There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime.
That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not fast out of his resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence.
Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room.
Big oops.
Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled.
Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department.
Chance? It's gotta be more than just that.
So if no one was murdered at the police department of the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one.
Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky.
Objection! But wait, a verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial.
Objection! Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today.
But
There's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department.
It seems to me, this boy's got the draw on you, partner.
The mysteries of the police department have been uncovered. No contradiction. Remain. The murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Sky. There were no errors in the testimony of the witness, Angel Star. If you have a response, make it one word or less.
Arrgh.
I rest my case.
It seems the trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt.
Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department.
No doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty.
Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant... I know somebody's going to interrupt me. There it is.
Your Honor, wait.
Emma!
The defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right?
What do you mean, right?
Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian?
Your Honor, in a sense.
Please, Your Honor. All I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please.
I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3.
I was kind of in shock. I meant finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killing.
Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky sisters were in that file.
That's when I figured it out. I meant what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint.
You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker?
But no fingerprints were found on it, right?
No, but I figured if I examine it scientifically, I'll be sure to find a clue. So, I went over there to look at it again.
So, did you find something?
No.
Huh?
Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all.
Is that all?
Okay, guilty.
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
And I'm just an attorney.
But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them... Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you.
Me? Oh boy.
Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain?
It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a hammer was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this?
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be much of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be...
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day.
Yes, Your Honor. If ever I needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing?
There's no problem. Just find my my client guilty.
Objection! This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction.
The only thing that seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright.
You've been staring pretty intensely at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them?
Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing.
Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark.
Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright.
With all this evidence here in my pocket, there's gotta be something I can use.
The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans?
I know.
It's just this, isn't it?
Yep.
It's not there.
Take that!
Wait, is it wrong? Oh, yeah, we're right.
What about that piece of plywood?
The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Please, look at these floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here.
So?
So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well,
Well, what?
that's right. Phoenix Wright. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker.
What? I've been shot. So that means, just what does that mean?
It means it can't be done.
What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker.
Don't look at me, I didn't put that there.
Mr. Wright, think it through. Scientifically.
Emma,
That afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint in that locker.
so that must mean this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in?
Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom.
It may sound far-fetched, like the Pokemon, Your Honor. But it's only the possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice.
But how?
One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is the other time. Something or someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered.
Objection! That's ridiculous! I refute you!
Objection! The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker.
Objection! So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves it occurred.
When did the first incident occur?
To surmise, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was disguised as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room.
The blood mark on the locker proves this.
Very well. Then tell us, when did this first incident occur? Proof must be presented.
Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that.
Now then, will the defense please present its evidence? What shows when the first crime took place?
The record.
Yeah, because we had another number.
Take that! If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the perpetrator would have to have entered the room. In order to do so, an ID card is required.
An ID card? Oh, the ID card record. So I guess it could have been either of those. I don't know.
Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50 p.m.
If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Ah, it was Miles Edgeworth. Get him! Miles Edgeworth, Just what have you done? I never figured you had nerve, boy.
Point off the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me.
I don't know, the body was in your car. Nope, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either.
It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood.
That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer.
The Blue Badger.
I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away in my car, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible.
That would mean you hired that bellboy from the hotel to help you with the crime. It is I, the bellboy who wrote the affidavit and is also the co-conspirator for the murder of Bruce Goodman.
It is I, the accomplice bellboy.
The crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room.
Let's look at the chart again. Only one other card number remaining. 7777777.
I have a feeling the judge could forget that number. Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Officer Goodman have entered the evidence room?
Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 7777777.
Too many sevens. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 777777777.
That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor.
But I got them all right, at least.
Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least at present.
What?
Explain yourself, son.
The ID number 7777777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity.
Objection! But that's ridiculous. Just how?
Yeah, I'm with Phoenix. At this point, with all this evidence, I feel like they'd have to tell us who that belongs to, and then we just book them. But not in this game.
I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority.
If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted...
An official charge?
You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates.
Objection! I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself.
Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Yes?
No, not you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive.
Lana?
Objection! Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course, we looked up her ID number, and it's not 7 7s.
Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. The SL9 incident? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence?
Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor?
I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth.
2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time,
Occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. Lana? I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law.
Defendant, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't!
I don't have to, Officer Marshall.
why don't you answer him?
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. Even if it involves forging evidence.
See? That's what I'm talking about.
No! No!
Order! 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 Order!
Chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. Conclusion of the trial. I had to wait until the following day.
Again, dun dun dun!
And we are done.
Yes, we are done for now, definitely. Let me get the save.
No!
Let's see. Alright, we're going to end it here. Thank you everybody for coming through and you guys voicing with me, of course. Always a good time. We'll try to
No problem.
You're welcome.
we'll try to pick it up again next week, depending on schedule and all that. Maybe we could. I don't think we could knock out the whole case next time, though. There's still so much.
No, we still got one more investigation portion, and then
The very
the
long
final
trial
day.
part, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we'll see next time how long the investigation takes, and maybe we'll start the trial. Maybe we won't. We'll see.
We'll
But
see what happens. Like, possibility-wise, it might take maybe 1 to 2 more streams, maybe 3. It depends.
yeah, we'll have to see how long we get through the next part and go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, but we'll end it here. I'm going to stream tomorrow and at least once during the weekend. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep you updated on Discord. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.
Bye-bye.
Bye.